Welcome back, Salvage Dolls. I have another batch of lovely dolls to share with you today. So we're going to start off with the dolls that are cleaned and prepped and ready for sale. And in fact, I've hosted a sale today, and a few of these ladies I've already sold. I just have to get them packaged and out the door to their new collectors. Well, they will likely be displayed and enjoyed. I love finding dolls on like Facebook Marketplace. I'll get like big bundles of dolls that people are just getting rid of, getting really cheap. And the fun part for me is sorting through the dolls, identifying them, getting them dressed, and then I sell them on some Facebook groups and they go off to presumably their collector. It could always be people buying for their kids, but typically people buying on these groups are buying for collectible dolls. So like not the super newer Barbies, like sometimes they sell, but they don't always sell super great. Anyways, we'll go ahead and hop on into today's sale. I spent $107 on all of the Barbies that I picked up. Okay, these first lovely ladies here are some no-name dolls. They're just like little, I don't know, Barbie clones, knockoff Barbies, however you want to say them. The little girl doll I sold for $1, and the girl in the red dress I sold for 50 cents. The other lady has not sold yet. I think she has a really pretty face, and I love her blonde curls. She's actually very pretty. And the only reason that the dress fit on her neck the way it does is because her head pops off really easy. Otherwise, it was not going to go on a regular Barbie. This next lovely lady is from the Hart family. She's the mom doll. Her dress is a red velvet, and I think it is just so 80s. I love her beautiful brown hair and how it kind of sweeps to the side. She has a gorgeous red lipstick, which I think is very pretty on her. I've had other Hart family mom dolls, and they all have like more of like a pink color lipstick. I think red is her color. She would have originally came with 2 children and a husband. She's now single. No babies. They grew up, they left. I don't know. She's valued at $8. So far, nobody has claimed her. This next doll I think is a super special find. I had never even heard of her before now. She is the Kissing Barbie. Let me see if I can find the bag. Okay, she's the 1978 Kissing Barbie, number 2597. She is redressed, and she does have a neck split, which the previous owner repaired. I honestly didn't even notice it. They did such a good job that like her head's on really nicely. The only reason I noticed it is I went to go brush her hair and I flipped her over. I seen it. Otherwise, I had no idea. So she is redressed, but I think this peachy pink dress is perfect, especially since this doll has more of like a pinky color skin, which I thought was like an off coloring. Honestly, when I first seen the doll, I thought she was like a knockoff Barbie. It wasn't until I found out who she was and found some other people talking about the same doll that I found there's actually a handful of dolls from the 1970s that have very pink skin, and apparently that's quite normal for them. So that was kind of an interesting little tidbit of information to find out. But she's got a button on her back that makes her head tilt up so she can kiss. It's not a drastic movement, but it's there. A little squeaky. Could you imagine if we made that sound every time we tried to kiss somebody? And so if you flip over here on the back, there's her little button there that you push, and then you can see her neck split, and they've put like some thread through it, which did a really good job. Like I said, I had no idea that she had damage back there until I went to go brush her hair. This next doll here is another exciting find. She's the 1974 Sunset Malibu Barbie. Now, I've had Sunset Malibu PJ like 2 or 3 times, and she always sells really, really well, but I've never had the Malibu Barbie before. And I think it might not be in this batch of dolls. I think it might have been in a different batch, but I think I have Malibu Skipper as well. I'm so sorry about the lighting. It's an overcast day, and I just don't have a lot of lighting going on. Hopefully you guys can see well. So anyways, unfortunately, this doll is pretty badly damaged. She has some chew marks on her hand, and she's basically missing her foot. But I have her redressed in the vintage Barbie icebreaker outfit. Now, this is like, it's not the full outfit, if I'm being honest. I've got the leotard, which has a working zipper, which I'm very impressed with, that it still works after all these years. And she has the jacket, the white jacket. Now, her tights, her skates, and her skirt are all replacement pieces. The original ones for that fashion set are missing. But they're very similar. She would have had the white tights, which I'm sure just like the elastic in them probably just gave out over the years, seeing as it's like from like the I think the outfit's from like the 1960s. I don't have it marked, but it's pretty old. And then the skirt, and I don't know, things get damaged and whatnot, they wear out over the years. But unfortunately for her poor foot, it is just gone. However, with the skates on, you can't tell that she has a missing foot. So it takes a doll that went from being not really display worthy, and I think made her display worthy. And it showcases a really nice piece of Barbie fashion history with this icebreaker outfit. And then you can kind of see her hand damage. I was hoping to have a pair of gloves to give her. I've got some like long elbow length gloves. I've got one that's white, and I did not have a matching set. But I thought if I had a matching set, I could have put them on underneath the coat and would have hit that and just like she had mittens on. But unfortunately, I didn't have a set. Oh well. I've got 2 pairs of pink sets, but that would not have looked good here. So I don't think I told you the value of the last 2 dolls. Given their damages, I have them listing at $15 a piece. Currently, with the sale I'm doing now, neither doll has sold. I will say I just finished doing my sale a little bit ago. It's only been a couple of hours, so plenty of time for somebody to snatch them up. And then also I'm listing on a brand new Facebook group that I've never sold in before, and there's only 200 members. So I'm kind of doing like a soft sell. I don't have my entire inventory listed. I'm not sure how the sale's gonna go. So far I have like $150 worth of claims, which is exciting. I haven't processed any invoices, so I hate to say that I've made sales yet because nothing's been paid for, but like 150 in claims, which is exciting, seeing it's only been listed for 2 hours. But I will leave a link for the Facebook page down below in the description box if you guys want to check it out, because it is a new group, but it is growing steadily. I got invited by one of my customers from my other Facebook group that I'm in. She started the group, super sweet lady, and she invited me over. So I've been over there almost since she started it, I think. Kind of keeping an eye on things, watching how things go. I've seen a few other sales do really well, and I thought, okay, I'll give it a try. So anyways, these next 2 ladies are just redressed dolls. I was not able to get an identification on them, but I love how their outfits turned out. So this first one, I have like really no identification on her clothing, with exception to her bodysuit underneath. It is the Day to Night pink sparkly bodysuit from a fashion pack. I think it's an 80's fashion pack. But that's the only piece of the fashion pack I have, and I just thought it was a perfect match with these sparkly pink pants and this super iridescent blue and pink jacket with the hat. I have found recently, if you struggle with this like I do, that a straight pin or a sewing needle, however you want, not really the sewing needle, but like the straight pin you use when you're sewing, works beautifully as a hat pin for dolls. I know hat pins have fallen out of fashion for people, but hats do not stay on dolls well. And I've had several hats where I'm like, these are so cute, but then they keep falling off. This works perfect. It keeps it in place. This hat without the pin, oh my gosh, will not stay down. But like, you wouldn't know there's an issue. I do have another hat pin in the back because I wanted to lift in the back, but like, fantastic. So I just wanted to share that tip from me to you. You've got a hat that will not stay down. Now these pins are short, and I just stuck them into the doll's head, if I'm being quite frank. I had one long pin left for another doll. Oh, I think she was in a different haul. Probably lost the one in the haul that had the Tinkerbell that was redressed, and she had like the little green hat with the blue flower. That straight pin was longer, so I was able to weave it through her hair and stick it through the other side of the hat, the way you would a traditional hat pin. These ones are like super short pins. I just stuck them right in Barbie's head. She didn't complain any. I don't think it'll cause any damage. There's already holes for her hair plugs. But anyways, I love how this little outfit turned out. I think it's super fun. It's funky, and it's going to take the right kind of collector who wants to display that. But if somebody has like an 80s funky fashion that they really enjoy, I think they'll really like looking at that outfit displayed on this doll. And so I have her valued, I think I said $4 when I listed, because I don't know who the doll is, and the outfit is definitely out there. The next lady, again, unidentified. However, she is wearing the Mattel and Oscar de la Renta dress, number 2766. I believe it would have came with 2 different skirt options, or maybe it was 2 shirt options. I can't remember. However, I only have 1 skirt and 1 shirt, and they are from the same set. She's a replacement, and the handbag is from 05 Surprise Mini Fashions. But I love how the dress turned out. I think it's really pretty. And it'll be a great display piece for somebody who likes the higher end fashion, what do you call it? It's not combos. It's I can't remember what it's called when brands pair up together. But anyways, collaboration. If other people like the Barbie collaborations with like name brand fashion designers, I know they're out there, they'll be really happy to have this because it is definitely a display piece. And so I have her listed at $10, and that's really just because of the outfit she has on, not so much for her value as a doll. If I could get an ID on her and I had her clothing, she herself may be worth 8 to 10, but sometimes you just can't get an ID. Okay, so the female doll, the girl here, is just like a clone Barbie, knockoff Barbie, however you want to say it. I believe I've already sold her for $1. I'm honestly surprised with how well these knockoff Barbies have sold this time around. A lot of times they sit, but being that it's a new site with new clients or customers, I kind of think some of them are feeling it out and seeing how my PayPal process works, how my shipping works, how I am as a seller. So I think maybe they're just buying super cheap stuff to kind of feel me out, and then maybe next time they'll buy more. So they're just buying like the cheapest item they can get and kind of see how things work, which I completely respect. You're buying from a stranger online, like it can be a little sketchy, you know? So this next guy, he is a creepy weirdo, in my opinion. The stuff of nightmares. He looks like he belongs in the Tim Burton Coraline movie with them button eyes. He is the 1973 Mattel Sunshine Family Steve, and I have him valued at $5. I don't know that he'll sell for that, honestly. I don't really know much about these dolls. I added on a random pair of pants. I just happened to have that fit him because he is a smaller size. I really didn't have much in men's wear for this size of a doll. His eyes, though. One of them is fine. That's this one. That's how it's supposed to look. The other one is scratched up. And even if he wasn't scratched up, he's just got a creepy face and some creepy button eyes. Hopefully somebody will love him. Next one here is the 1989 Dance Magic Ken with color change hair, which still works. I checked him in the sink. It was kind of cool. He's missing the sleeves on his tuxedo. It's interesting because he is supposed to shift from being ballet to 70s disco to like a more formal attire. So this right here is his 70s disco. If you take off his jacket, and now he's ready for ballet. And if I had sleeves to put on him, he would now be ready for formal wear. His shoes are replacement, but I think they match his bow tie because they're both the same burgundy color. And I have him valued at $8. This next guy here is the 1989 Glitter Beach Steven. I've heard, or I should say I've seen him. I've seen Steven in like commercials and such, but I never knew his name. So he is Steven, and he is wearing the Glitter Beach Ken outfit. I'm not exactly sure why this batch of dolls came with a Glitter Beach skin. Oh my god. A Glitter Beach Steven with Glitter Beach Ken's outfit, but no Glitter Beach Ken. And also no outfit for Glitter Beach Steven. Regardless, he's already sold. I had him listed at $8, and he will be out the door by tomorrow. This next one was a fun find. I'd never heard of her before. And when I first seen her, I thought I found a Barbie in the Rockers Christie, or is she Dee Dee? I can't remember. It might be Dee Dee. Wasn't Dee Dee, but she is 1989 Dance Club Devon. I do have replacement shoes on her, but she has her original scarf, and she's got like her blue hair ribbon and her earrings. Her jacket, unfortunately, has pilling on it, but she was a fun find. I'd never seen her before. On eBay, she's selling, which is how I price my dolls, is by eBay sales. She's going $20 to $25. I think I asked $15 on her, and she's already sold, so she'll be getting shipped out tomorrow. Okay, this next lovely lady is the 1991 All-American Barbie Teresa, or I should say All-American Teresa. There's also an All-American Barbie. She has her original outfit, her original like hairband thing, that yellow thing in her hair. I'll show you a close-up in a second. She does have on replacement shoes. Online, her pricing was everywhere for what people, sorry, my cat is playing with a toy and I think you can hear him. He's making quite a bit of little jingly bell knocking sounds. Anyway, her pricing was going anywhere from like $20 to $30. Like, she was everywhere. When I have dolls like that, it's really difficult for me to know, are they really rare? Are they high demand? What do I list them at? And then I have to make the choice of, do I want a fast sale or do I want to price them high and see if somebody will buy it at that price? So I decided just to list her at $15. I hate to say I just want to get her out of here, but like, I've got so many Barbies I need to sell right now. I need to stop buying Barbies and get what I have sold, because my storage container that I have Barbies in is overflowing. So I decided to go for $15. I would be happy at that price, and she's already sold, so she'll be out the door. This next doll is a fun one, though I know she looks like a droopy Muppet right now, like she's not standing up very well. She is a vintage Tuesday Taylor doll. I'm not sure on age, but I know they're from the 70s, and the fun thing about these dolls is that their hair is topsy-turvy. So we'll bring her in a little closer so you can get a better look at her. I think she is really pretty in the face. And then her hair, it's a little weird to look at because it's like she's been scalped. But you flip her around, and now she's like blonde with brown on the bottom. So they also make the same doll in a larger variant. Looks identical to this, honestly, but she's much taller. I forget what she's called. She really threw me for a loop when I found her because she's just slightly shorter than a Barbie. And I was like, you look like that one doll, but you're too short. And it turns out basically the same thing, different name. I can't remember the name of the other, but I'm sure some of you vintage collectors out there know exactly what I'm talking about. She does have articulated wrists, which I think is super fun. Why did they quit doing this in the 90s? Like, I never had an articulated wrist doll in the 90s, and I feel like if they're doing it in the 70s and they're doing it now, especially if they're doing it in the 70s, why did they quit? Anyway, she is redressed, no shoes. I don't have anything to fit her. She's got pretty big feet, but very pretty doll, and I have her listed at $15, I believe. Okay, this next guy is the Mattel 1991 Beverly Hills 90210 Brandon Dillon doll. He has replacement shoes. I have him valued at $10. I never watched 90210. I know Tori Spelling is in it. That's about it. So far, nobody's claimed him, but it's first time listing and the day is early, so we shall see. Okay, this next one is 1986 Jim and the Holograms Roxy, number 4206. She has her original shirt and her original bracelets. I kept waiting for her to pop up in one of the bundles that I buy off Facebook. I know these are popular dolls because I see people like looking for them in my Facebook groups all the time, or for their clothing. And I've had Jim from the Holograms dress before, like her pink, how do you want to describe that one? I can't think of the word. Her pink one. I've sold that one before, and I've currently got 2 more in stock that I'm trying to sell. Anyways, this doll already sold. I have $20 listed on my bag, but I think I listed her for $15. Again, it's one of those, how quickly do you want to sell it? And I'm happy at $15. So she is articulated at the wrists. She's got her bangles and then her super fun makeup. Here we have a vintage Hasbro Maxi doll. I have her valued at like $5. I don't know if she'll sell or not. I don't really know a lot about Maxi. I assume she's kind of like Hasbro's answer to Mattel's Barbie, like their way of competing. I think they're like an 80s doll, and she's redressed. I didn't have her original outfit or anything, so $5 might be a little much. $3 to $4 might be more accurate. But it's my first time listing her, so we'll see how it goes. This next one I feel like is a rare find, at least for me. I'd never heard of him before. He's definitely unique. He's a friend of Stacy, I think. You can get a look at his face there. He's one to kind of turn. He's the 1991 Pet Pals Kevin, number 2711. He is redressed. His vest is the California Ken vest, and his dog is a replacement. He had a Dalmatian that is about the same size and has like the same pose as this one. So like we'll just add it in there. But, and this one is a Dalmatian. It just has one spot, which looks like it's a sticker. So I don't think it's a Mattel, or I could be wrong, but I get the feeling it's one of those dogs that maybe came with a pack of stickers and the kid could like put the stickers anywhere. I don't know. She makes me think of Perdita from 101 Dalmatians, but I think they had a baby that had one spot. Regardless, She's with him now. It's his dog. I have him valued at $8. I questioned if I should have gone higher because I do feel like he's more of like a rare doll, but he is redressed, so we listed him at $8. Okay, this next one is the 1988 Beach Blast Teresa. She is redressed. The dress here, I don't know a lot about it, but it does have a purple Barbie tag in it, so it is like certified Barbie fashion. I had her listed at $8 and she already sold. And she is the last doll I had from my batch of new dolls that was already cleaned up and ready to go. So all the other dolls I had in my sale are like other inventory that I've had on hand. So she'll get boxed up and sent out tomorrow. The rest of the dolls in this haul have not been cleaned yet, but if I was able to identify them and put them with their original accessories, they have been. My heater just kicked on, so I do apologize if you can hear that, but it is cold outside. So we have here the 1989 Beach Blast Skipper. She's the smaller doll. I have redressed her in Sparkle Beach Stacy swimwear because I didn't have anything else to put her in. And I have her valued at $6. Then the Barbie next to her, I was unidentified, and I just think she looks cute in the outfit she has on. Okay, we are getting close to time for my kids to get home from school, so I'm going to start pairing these dolls up 2 at a time just to kind of speed things along a little bit. So first up, here on the right, we have Beach Blast Barbie. She's in the pink swimsuit. I have her valued at $10. Very pretty doll. She goes along with that Beach Blast Teresa I showed you guys earlier, who I had to redress in a ball gown because I didn't have any swimwear to put her in. But she's got really pretty, crimpy, wavy hair, but she needs to be cleaned up. So she couldn't be in the sale this time, which sucks because I think she would have sold really quickly. And then our other lady here is the 1980 Golden Dream Barbie. She is redressed, though her pants and I believe her belt are original to her. I didn't have a shirt that matched those pants, and I'm not sure that I love this outfit if I'm being completely honest with you, but I had nothing else that matched. So like, this is funky, but somebody might like it, or somebody might buy it and have the shirt to put on. I mean, it kind of works because this is all see-through, and like pants under dresses isn't a completely new thing, but it is different in my opinion. I don't absolutely love it, but anyways, I have her valued, I didn't write it down. She's probably between $8 and $10. Okay, the lady in the swimsuit there, she is the 1992 Glitter Beach Barbie. I have her valued at $8 and she is redressed. And then the other one there is 1988 Cool Times Midge. I didn't know they made Midge up into the 80s. So she was kind of a cool find. She is redressed and she's Midge number 3216. I have her valued at $15 just because they don't make Midge anymore and she's a more rare doll. So I think she will sell, I'm going to ask $15, but maybe she'll sell realistically for $10. Okay, next up here on the right, we have the 1989 All-Stars Midge in her purple dress with the little white stars. Her dress actually folds up into a handbag. The downside is the elastic on this dress is pretty worn out on the top. And I have her valued at $10 more just because she's a midge than anything else. And then the other doll here is the 1989 Animal Loving Barbie. She is redressed. And what she has on is a 1993 Barbie Fashion Favorites dress. And she has her original giraffe earrings. I have her valued at $8. Okay, starting out on the right was an exciting find. She is the 1960s Barbie Little Sister Skipper, number 0950. I have redressed her because I do not have her original clothing. I do have more vintage looking Skipper clothing on another doll that is a 1980s Skipper that is in my inventory for sale. I did not list her this time, so I'm thinking about finding her and swapping their clothes because this outfit is not the vibe for her, but it's what I had that fit, so it's what I put her on her right now, which is a super cute outfit. I super love it, and I think it'll look really good on the other Skipper. Unfortunately for her, her hair has been cut. She is in rough shape, and I'm kind of debating between doing a full reroute or trying to make this work. Well, there goes that. Let me know what you think. Because here's the hard part is because it's so badly chopped right there. She's just like forever going to have that spot if I try and keep her original hair. Because I could even it out and it could be a cute little bob. But it's always going to have that bald spot. But the only way to fix that is to do a full reroute because I do not have the right hair texture or color to just add in with that. It doesn't look like a bald, like, I mean, it looks like a bald spot, but like, maybe it's just how the hair is falling. Maybe if I brush her better, maybe it's not as bad as I think it is. And maybe it just has to do with how the hair is laying. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. But I have her valued. I don't have it written down. Probably because I haven't decided what to do with her hair. But I'm going to say she's probably between $15 and $20. Then our next lady here is the 1994 Mattel babysitter Courtney. I have her valued at $10. And she has her original outfit, but she does have on replacement shoes. Okay, so the one in the pretty poofy dress there, she is a 1991 Blossom Beauty Barbie with all original jewelry. She does have replacement shoes, but they're like a standard pink Barbie shoe. So, I don't know. I don't know exactly what she had originally, but I think they're a pretty close match, at least style-wise, maybe off in the color. And she's valued at $10. Our other Barbie there is the 1988 My First Barbie Easy to Dress Ballerina. She'll probably be worth about $5. She has her original leotard there, and then her little hair ribbon is also original. Okay, starting here on the left, in the blue jumpsuit, we have the 1986 Barbie and the Rockers Dance Moves Dana. I'm not exactly sure how she works, but her arms and like head kind of clicks and pops when I try to move her. So there's some way you gotta hold her that makes her look like she's dancing. I haven't figured it out. She's dressed in a genuine Barbie fashion blue disco jumpsuit. It would have originally had a yellow ribbon on it. It's off of mine, unfortunately. So I added on a blue ribbon around the waist to cinch her in. I'm not sure that I'm loving it. I understand the purpose of the yellow. It kind of like broke up the outfit a little bit, gave it something else to look at. The blue ribbon I put on is the same color blue as the jumpsuit, and I feel like it's not really doing a whole lot for her, so I might not leave it on her. And then her top. I don't know whose top that is. It's a shiny gold one, and it looks good under the jumpsuit. The next one here is just a redressed Kira. I have her valued at $5. I'm not 100% sold on keeping her in this outfit. I think it's a cute look. I just don't know if it's her vibe. So we'll see. I might redress her and put her in something else. Okay, starting off with the lovely lady on the right in the pink little, I guess, bodysuit is the 1988 Mattel Fun to Dress Barbie Chrissy, number 1373. I have her valued at $8, and that is her original bodysuit, I guess. And then the lady next to her is the 1988 The Hart Family School Time Fun Mom. She is redressed. I will not be keeping her in this. It just worked for the video. I just had it easy and quick on hand so I could show you the doll, but I don't know what I'm going to put her in. But probably not that. That's not working for her. This next set is a pair or a couple. They are the Hart Family Mom, Dad, and the title of the set is the Hart Family Mom, Dad, and Babies Deluxe Set. Again, I just have the mom and the dad. I do have, however, the original blanket, which is blue on one side and pink on the other. Shoes are replacement for both dolls. They do have their original outfits. However, the dad doll needs some help with his. I don't know what all I can do to fix that, especially with the collar being basically ripped off. I only have like half a collar. The suspenders are an easy fix. Won't take much to put those back together. I'm debating on taking the collar off, but I'm not sure how that would look with the bow tie. So leave your opinions. But that's the Hart Family dolls, and I have them valued at $20. I feel like I might be overestimating though. So we'll see once I get them all cleaned up. I think maybe 10 to 15 is a little more realistic. And next up we have a couple of Kiras. On the right here we have the 1987 Island Fun Miko. Okay, so she's going by Miko for this doll. Miko, Kira is kind of interchangeable when it comes to the doll names for this particular style of doll. Number 4065, she is redressed, but I feel like the outfit is kind of like an ode to her being the Island Fun Miko. Something like a more tropical outfit. I have her valued at $6. Her legs, unfortunately, are horribly sticky. I've heard or found that that can happen with dolls as they've been in storage, but I think from what I've found, rubbing her down with some rubbing alcohol should take the sticky off and, or I don't know about prevent it from ever happening again, but like, it should take care of the problem for now. So as long as she's stored in a well-ventilated place from now on, when she goes to whoever buys her, again, haven't been listed yet because she's not cleaned up, as long as she's in a well-ventilated place, my understanding, if I do the rubbing alcohol, her legs shouldn't get sticky again. Do not quote me, I can always be wrong. The next one here is an unidentified Kira doll. The dress she has on is one that I kind of DIY'd myself. At least I fixed it up and I have a video on it if you want to check it out. It's one of my older videos here on this channel. It was just a basic purple dress that had been cut on the side, and I kind of revamped it into what she's wearing. I did all of the beading by hand, and I think it turned out really pretty, especially for my first time ever beading a dress. Unfortunately, somebody has tried to give her cleavage. They've also tried to give her, how do I say this delicately? She has a line from her bum to her crotch, front to back. So I'm hoping rubbing alcohol will take that off of her and it's not permanently on. If I cannot get it to come off, I will have to dress her in something more modest that covers up the line so that she can still go on display. Now, I'm not sure if her hair is supposed to be this short originally or if somebody did the haircut themselves, but it's a really cute bob. It's pretty even, and I think it just needs a good brushing. There's a few little snaggly spots, but like sometimes that happens with dolls. Like sometimes they just get snaggly spots where their hair is a little longer than it should be because of maybe it's kind of falling out a little bit, and you just trim that spot or brush it and that little loose part will come out and everything's even. So until I do that, I won't know for sure, but I like the haircut on her. I think it's really cute. Okay, we have our last little batch of dolls here, and I've got less than 10 minutes before I've got to get my kids off the bus, so let's make it snappy. So here on the very end, far right, we have another one of those maxi dolls from Hasbro. She is in an original maxi swimsuit. I was able to identify that online, but she is redressed. Like, that's not her swimsuit. It went on a different maxi doll. Then we've got the little short thing there next to her, the little girl. I couldn't identify her. I don't know. I know she's Barbie, and I could find like her name, which is evading me right now. She's one of like Stacy's friends, I think. But I couldn't find exactly what doll she is. I couldn't find her outfit, which with the airplane I feel like is very distinct looking, but I couldn't find her. I'm valuing both of those dolls at $5 a piece. The lady here on the very end is just a redressed Barbie. I was not able to get an ID on her, and so obviously just redressed. I don't know that she's going to stay in this. I'm not sure this is really like her vibe, but she's in it for right now. And I have her valued at like $4 as is. Then in the middle there we have a 1989 Wet n Wild Barbie, and she is worth $10. However, I'm just now noticing that she has quite a bit of yellowing on her legs, so we'll see how that affects the sell price, but I'll still ask the 10 and just make sure it is noted that there's yellowing, and she has, I think that's her original bobble there in her hair. I could be wrong on that, but there we have it, salvage dolls. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I know it was a pretty lengthy video, so leave a pineapple down below if you made it this far. Just in, I don't know, in reference to all of our tropical dolls we had today that were in swimsuits and tropical wear. Leave a pineapple. I'd like to know how many people made it to the end. But I hope you guys really did enjoy this video. Leave me some comments below. I always try to respond to you guys. Give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I really just appreciate the engagement. And subscribe if you haven't already. I'd greatly appreciate that. I'd love to get to 1,000 subscribers. And I hope to catch you guys in my next one. I gotta get my kids off the bus. Bye!